Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Tekken video from JFK. In this video, we're going to talk about throw breaking, or more exactly, throw break practice, and the reason why it's important. I'm going to show you step by step of how I feel that you should start off by doing this in the beginning. So I'm just going to go through it. The two characters that I'm going to pick, and I'm going to explain it while we're in the game, is going to be, I'm going to be playing Nina. Doesn't really matter who I play, but I'm going to show with Nina. And the dummy is going to be set on Dragunov. Then I prefer to have it on a really large stage. What we consider to be the infinite stages, even though they're not infinite stage. So Yakushima or Colosseum of Fate, but this stage is also really big, but we're going to pick Yakushima.
Get ready for the next battle.
So, in Tekken, in order to practice throw break practice, I suggest that the first dummy that you're going to do it against is going to be Dragunov. Because Dragunov has a specific throw that requires you that you have to press it with the left button, that is the 1 button. And he has the same with the 2 button, and then he has a 1+2 break. So that means that he has what we consider to be a complete throw game. And the most important reason why I recommend Dragunov over other characters is because Dragunov's 1 throw, instead of being 12 frames fast, it's actually 11, and the same is with his 2 throw. So if I input now a generic throw here with Nina, you see the startup is 12 to 14 frames, and it's the same with the 2 throw. But Nina is like Dragunov, that she has a 1 break, that's 11 frame 2, and she has a 2 break, that's 11 frame 2. So in the beginning, I recommend that your dummy is going to be versus Dragunov, but eventually you also need to start practicing versus other characters, because if you familiarize yourself too much with Dragunov, it might feel that Nina's hands are so small, so it's harder for you to recognize. But now I'm going to show you how to set it up versus Dragunov. So you go to practice setting, and then in the top option here, where it says offense, you pick defense. And then the first action you pick is select from move list. Then you hold up, so you go immediately to the bottom, and we're going to pick reverse Victor clutch. That's the input is forward 1+4. This is his 1 break. You can see that it says throw escape 1. The next option we're going to pick is going to be Victor clutch, which is the 2 break. As you can see, the throw escape, it says the 2 or the right punch button. And now we're going to do the third option, which is going to be Blizzard Rush, his 1+2 break. It says there, throw escape, both punch buttons, what we call 1+2. Now, action intervals, I recommend that you have it on shuffle in the beginning. Eventually, you don't really need to have it like this, but so you set it up like this. So now we picked his 1 break, his 2 break, and his 1+2 break. Then what you do is that you just stand beneath him, or like stand next to him ducking, and we start it, and you're gonna just pay attention to Dragunov's hands. Because I can show you before, this throw here, or more exactly this throw, you see that she extends her left arm more forward. This is the sign that shows that this is a 1 break, that you need to press the left punch. And then this, she extends her right arm more forward, so that means it's a 2 break. And then this, both arm goes out at the same time, so this means that it's a 1+2 break. And after the throw connects, you have 20 frames to press the correct button. But if you press any other button before the correct button, then your throw attempt fails. So you can't just mash and hope for the best that you eventually hit the correct button. That's not how it works. You actually need to pay attention on which arm grabbed you, and then you need to take that information, process it, and then press the corresponding correct button or buttons. So now we're going to crouch under him, and I recommend that you do this in the beginning, is that you just duck and look at the arms and try to say for yourself if it's a 1 break, a 2 break, or a 1+2 break. no, I took the wrong... Let's see. Oh, my bad. 2. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. 2. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. 2. 1. 2. 2. 1. 2. 1 plus 2. So, in the beginning, just try to duck, look at the visuals, and try to see. I want you to spend about 10 minutes every single day doing this. And in the beginning, it's perfectly fine that you're gonna feel horrible at this. You're gonna feel so horrible that you just don't want to do it. It feels meaningless. You might start believing that you might never ever be able to learn how to break throws, but that's not the case. We all have been going through this. So my recommendation is that you set up versus Dragunov. He has the 1 break, the 2 break, and the 1 plus 2 break. And then you have the interval on shuffle. And then what you need to do is that you hold forward. And when the throw connects, it's way better that you press the correct button, but you were still too late, than that you press any button and hope for the best. The goal with this is that you want to force yourself to try to learn to see the throws on reaction and break them correctly. So it's way better that you're late with the throw break, but you press the correct button. So this is really important. So do this for 10 minutes every day, and you're gonna have to do this for over 2 weeks. But for most people, through my experience, something clicks around the 10th to 14th day. You're gonna start noticing a change, and you're not gonna be so afraid anymore of your opponent trying to throw you. A very common defense versus throws is that you duck them, because they're super risky to throw out, even though they're very fast. But they're all highs, the regular throws, unless you're gonna do crouch throws, right? So if you duck them and have a read that they actually try to do a throw on you, you can launch them for it. So, but the thing is that doing too many guess ducks is also a thing that's very, very vulnerable in Tekken, because you can't block mid attacks, so you might just eat random launches for it. So in the beginning, spend 10 minutes every day of doing this, that you have him set on 1, 2, and 1 plus 2, interval is shuffle, and you hold forward, and then you just try to break the throw. And an important part is that the 1 plus 2 break, you learn to use a bind that presses 1 plus 2 for you. Because this is so sensitive, so if you happen to press, let's see if I can get it, there. If you happen to press, for example, that you manually try to press 1 plus 2, like I did there, but one of the buttons is registered 1 frame before 1 plus 2 gets input. So it's like a plinking or drumming motion. The game registers that break not as a 1 plus 2 break, but as a 2 break. And for me, personally, I played Tekken for 13 years without using any binds whatsoever. So my muscle memory is set that I want to break the throws by pressing both punch buttons for a 1 plus 2 break manually. And as you can see there, I would have failed, because it says 1 for 1 frame into 1 plus 2. So this is why when you're new, I really advocate that you use a bind button to break the throws. But for me, this is something that I try to practice and train off. But my instincts have been so tailored that when the 1 plus 2 throw comes in the heat of the moment in an actual game, I, for the most part, almost 99% of the time, I'm gonna try to manually press my 1 plus 2 break. And I'm gonna have a fail rate, like there, where it's gonna register that as a 2 break instead of a 1 plus 2 break. So I can't stress this enough. For all of you guys who wants to start practicing throw breaks, have it from the get-go that you have a 1 plus 2 bind that you're using to break the 1 plus 2 throw. So I might show you now where I'm gonna try to break the throws. And let's see if I can show you with an actual example of why it's so important to have a bind for the 1+2 break. This is something that happens fairly often for me. Wait. There. I didn't do that on purpose. I actually tried to break the throw by pressing 1+2. And as we can see there, if you look at the command history, it says that I pressed 1 for 1 frame before inputting 1+2. So I tried to press it as 1+2, but the game registered it as me trying to do a 1 break. So this is why I really advocate for you guys, everybody practice with a 1+2 break in the beginning, so you have it as your muscle memory. Otherwise, you might end up like me, where you're actively trying to do the correct thing, but the game punishes you because they consider this to be a 1 break. And when it comes to Tekken, for example, if I press down back 1+2 here, if I... should we do... okay. Alright. I'm gonna have him set to guard all. I'm gonna show you why this is very unique for just throw break. If here's the input, I try to and then if I drum it here, you see I still get it out, even though I got down back 2 for 1 frame into down back 1+2. You see? So it didn't do an actual down back 2. This is down back 2. You see? So there's a lot of time when you play Tekken where you try to actively press. This is, for example, forward 1+2. So here I press forward 2 for 1 frame into 1+2, and it still becomes forward 1+2. Here I do the same thing, but with forward 1 for 1 frame into 1+2. So when it comes to Tekken and throw breaking, they are not forgiving. Like, you might think that you try to press 1+2, but the game registered as you pressing 2 or 1 for 1 frame. So in the beginning, what you're supposed to do before you start breaking is that you just duck and try to 2 throw. Look at the hands. 1 throw. 1+2. 1. 1. 2. 1+2. 1+2. 1+2. 1. 1+2. So you do that, and then you try to just hold forward and try to be prepared. And you are gonna fail so much, and it's perfectly fine. You do this for 10 minutes. You don't need to stretch yourself. 10 minutes a day. And eventually, through repetition and you being sleeping between the sessions, so your brain can rest, etc., you're gonna start learning this. So, and also, when you start noticing that you're actually becoming better, you're gonna notice that in practice mode, that you're gonna feel that you're fairly confident in breaking throws, but when you actually play versus another human being, that they take you by surprise by the throw and you never prepared. And that's perfectly fine too. Everything takes time. Learning how to properly break throws is something that is actually quite time consuming, but what it does is that it's gonna majorly improve your own defense So you're not gonna feel more confident in being able to break the throws, so you don't have to be scared of them and start randomly ducking. Because we're not mind readers. They might throw you, but there's nothing guaranteed that they will actually throw you. So that's why the throws are so fast, and they deal quite a lot of damage if you compare it to the speed of the move. So I view it like this. The solution to a throw is that how you want to severely punish it is that you duck the throw. But the throw, due to being so fast, also has a weakness that it can be broken. So view it as that a throw is actually a form of a low attack that you can duck, and then they're launch punishable, but you can also always break them. So give yourself time, 10 minutes a day, nothing more, and don't be frustrated. It's way better that you press the correct button, but you're late, than you just try to guess. It's really important. So give yourself time with this. It's gonna be frustrating, but it's gonna be so worth it eventually. So good luck with the throw break practice, and have fun with Tekken. Bye bye.